You're a mean one, Mr. Hasbro. You really are a fink. You just fired 1,100 workers during Christmas. That really stinks. Hello, it is I, the only Grinch that matters, the OGGM at 8:30 in the morning here on the 12th day of December, coming to you live from Site B in sunny Southern California at the quaint, lovely little beach town that I live in that is neither quaint nor lovely. And we have some news from our friends at Hasbro laying off another 1,100 workers just as Christmas weekend is about to begin for a lot of them. What a great thing to come to Friday as you're checking into work, thinking about that big holiday paycheck and buying little Timmy and little Susie all the Power Ranger toys they want, only to find out, nope, you're fired, Bill. Clean out your locker. You're being replaced by an AI. Yes, yes, yes. Christmas layoffs. But Christmas layoffs are not unusual, so don't look at this as a huge doom and gloom thing. This happens all the time. It happened last year, the year before, the year before. Major corporations always lay workers off this time of year as sales in certain sections don't do as well as they planned, or they think about, how to reorganize the company. And there's obviously a lot of reorganizing going on at Hasbro because as of today, Hasbro stock is at $48.52 a share. That is a loss of $7 from where it was this time last year. Check my stock for the first time in a while, my one share still. Yeah, if I sold it now, my one remaining share, I'd make like 30 some odd dollars. Yeah. Why do I keep that one share? So I can occasionally check up on it and tell you guys what's going on at Hasbro. Now, what could have led to this? Because, Q3 numbers were, well, abysmal, right? Q3 numbers were abysmal. The only thing that showed any progress was digital. Hasbro Digital, Wizards of the Coast Digital was the only thing that made them real money this year, other than, Peppa. Peppa is still churning out money for Hasbro left and right, and Nerf and Play-Doh and the big things, but action figures didn't do any well, and they're gonna be, blaming production and lack of sales. And I'm sure the abysmal final season of Power Rangers didn't help, or the abysmal ratings that Transformers Earthspark didn't help them, or the fact that they lost so much money on the Dungeons and Dragons movie that they had to sell off their entertainment division at a $3 million loss. $3 million loss for selling off the entertainment division because the Dungeons and Dragons movie did so bad. Multi-billion-dollar franchise starter. Nope, sorry. No. Now, I'm sure the big question that everybody wants to know is this going to affect Wizards of the Coast? Was it billion? Oh, you're right. Sorry. Did I say million? I meant billion. Yes, 3.5 billion. Yes. What is this going to affect at Wizards of the Coast? Well, it's easy enough to find out by heading on over to the careers page of Wizards of the Coast and seeing who they're looking to replace. As the holiday season comes into view. Thanks, Roll for Combat, for correcting me. So if we go to careers, Wizards, if any of you are looking at a job, we can see right now for all the positions that were fired, was anybody in Hasbro Wizards lose their job? Art, well, we don't care about these because the art people are constantly changing. Engineering, we're looking to, by the way, everybody remember, I forgot about this the other day, just a sidebar. Does everybody remember that there is a second location for Wizards of the Coast besides Seattle? I know we give the Seattle like so much shit. Seattle this, Seattle that, Wizards of the Coast, Seattle this. We tend to forget they have an office in Texas. So yeah, arts, they're looking for artists for Archtape Entertainment. Who's that? Oh yeah, they make video games. They're looking for engineers for Archetype Entertainment. Who's Archetype Entertainment? Oh yeah, they make video games. They're looking for game designers for Archetype Entertainment. Who's that? Oh yeah, they make video games. Looking for a senior animation engineer for Atomic Arcade. Again, that sounds like something digital. Senior hard surface artist. Yeah, that's a name you want to see on your resume. That was a hard surface artist. Oh, will you? Yeah, no, that's just a horrible name. And senior technical artist, again for Atomic Arcade. Senior audio programmer, Atomic Arcade. Lead world designer, Atomic Arcade. Senior game designer, Atomic Arcade. Senior rendering engine, Atomic Arcade. They're looking for a creative producer for digital licensing. Oh, look at this. Digital Dungeons and Dragons. Digital Dungeons and Dragons. Lead narrative designer for Digital Dungeons and Dragons, fully remote. Who's the lead digital designer for Dungeons and Dragons right now? Oh, yeah. That Crawford guy. Principal engineer for D&D Beyond. Principal software engineer for D&D Beyond and the Unreal Engine. Senior, digital. What about normal D&D? Production artists. They're looking to, oh, no, wait, that's digital. What about digital? Nope, digital. What about Magic? We don't really care. Digital publishing. They're looking for a new vice president of digital publishing. Whose job was that before? Oh, yeah. And then boring finance stuff, marketing, sales, more digital, IT, more digital. So what does this tell us? Well, it tells us that if there were any terminations over at the Wizards of the Coast end of the world, it was in the physical product category. Meanwhile, it looks like they are reinvesting all their energy towards the digital aspects of the game. I can't imagine why. Maybe it's because the digital market for Wizards of the Coast is the only part of Wizards/Hasbro that saw a profit in Q3. Digital sales and digital was up 40%. Every other aspect of Wizards of the Coast, including Dungeons and Dragons, I'm sorry to tell you, was down 100% from where it was a year ago when we saw the Q3 numbers. Wow. So who are these people that lost their jobs at Hasbro? Well, they're probably production. The guy that pulls the lever that makes the mold machine pour the mold to make the head for the G.I. Joe, that guy probably lost his job. We're looking at the careers page of Hasbro to see if anybody's looking for a job. I will post that as well. So now here's the careers at Hasbro to see who they're looking to replace. A lot of corporate people. Looks like they're looking to replace some corporate people in finance, gaming, commercial, finance, commercial, supply chains, licensing, supply chain. Yeah, so if you're wondering who lost their jobs or whose jobs that they're looking to replace, well, it looks like mostly it's the people who they feel dropped the ball this year for production, for licensing, and for the stuff that they, said, hey, we're not investing in that anymore. Toy sales are down. Toy sales are down because they have to raise the prices on the toy sales. They have to raise the prices on the toy sales here in America because production is getting more expensive and it's taking longer to get stuff from wherever it is the toys are produced to here and then get stuff from here to the various stores. So as that grinds down and as Hasbro has to rethink their major source of income to face the oncoming financial changes, obviously those people are going to be the ones who lost their jobs. The people who dropped the ball on Power Rangers definitely going to lose their jobs. How could you fuck up a $3 million deal? The people who dropped the ball on Transformers Earthspark, again, yep, that's Hasbro's sales have apparently tanked. Mar Hockman. So is your mom, Mar Hockman. Sorry, just ongoing joke. So yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. And this doesn't, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, this means the end of Wizards of the Coast. They're going to sell it off. No, I don't think so. I think Wizards of the Coast might see some more restructure towards the inevitable digital. I once again, I apologize to the one individual on the planet who still thinks this isn't going to happen. It's happening. The numbers show you that it's going to happen. Digital is the only thing that made Wizards Hasbro money in Q3. So, of course, going into Q4, they're going to reassess and focus on what's making them money right now. And that is the inevitable digital restructuring. Physical toys, physical toys are going nowhere. All the most of the licenses they have don't have anything to hook onto right now. There is no G.I. Joe TV show in production. There's no real new Star Wars. I mean, there's so many ways you can restructure Nerf to look new. I mean, Play-Doh is a given. Peppa and My Little Pony. I mean, there hasn't been anything new for My Little Ponies in like a year. Peppa's still going strong, but when was the last time you saw anything new for Peppa? Most of the Peppa stuff comes from Asia and the Peppa amusement park. No, actually, I think we have a Peppa amusement park in Florida now. So, yeah. But yeah, and they invested a lot of money in that final season of Power Rangers on Netflix, and it was awful. It did not make anywhere, shape, or form close to what they did. And the toy sales for the toys linked to Cosmic Fury aren't moving because nobody had a chance to see Cosmic Fury. It's 10 episodes of crap, then it disappeared. And then people are like, where are the toys? I don't know. Same with Earthspark on Paramount. They dropped the ball on that. So again, Hasbro CEOs are going, okay, you're gone. Wizards of the Coast, well, we don't need you to make physical shit anymore. You're gone. And what did we do? We split Wizards of the Coast into two separate entities. That's something very few people are commenting on. And Hasbro Wizards of the Coast kind of just was very subtle about it. But Wizards has been split into two separate entities. Perkins even talks about how D&D Studios is on one floor and Wizards of the Coast is on the other floor. And that Perkins' office is on one side of the building and Crawford's office is on the opposite other side of the building so that they rarely have to intermingle with each other. It's almost like they're trying to keep Perkins and Crawford apart because if things come down to the wire, which one are they going to keep? The one who actually does something, Perkins, or the one who doesn't really do anything, Crawford? And they've been trying to find ways to replace Crawford for over a year now, if you've been following the job posts like I have. So, yeah. Because they know Wizards Digital, Magic the Gathering will always make them money. But Dungeons and Dragons Studios is the big what if now. And while they won't tell us if anybody from D&D Studios lost their jobs or found their position downsized, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a lot of Kyle Brink and Mackenzie DeAlms in 2024. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm just going to say that if you want to find a scapegoat for everything that Wizards of the Coast fucked up, it'd be easy enough to hang that title on our buddy Kyle or Mackenzie, not so much, but still you could make the scapegoat of Mackenzie. It's just that would be a political nightmare. To pick on the disabled girl. But the white guy who said white guys like me can't leave the hobby fast enough, that's a perfect person whose job could be easily replaced or downsized and made into the scapegoat that they could use in 2024 to blame everything that went wrong with Dungeons and Dragons in 2023 on. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to sell Wizards of the Coast this year. This money drop doesn't mean D&D is dead. I know a lot of people saw this and went, yeah, they're going to sell Wizards of the Coast. Fuck yeah, D&D is dead now. No, sorry, it's only 1,000 people. Most of that is in production. Most of that is in physical media. Most of that is people who basically Hasbro CEOs going, you dropped the ball, okay? You cost us money and you fucked up. How could you fuck up Power Rangers in the final season of Power Rangers. How could you fuck that up? You've 30 some odd years of stuff to work with. You could have done a much better final season, and you just dropped the ball. I mean, it was just so bad. It was just so bad. And I think they're feeling that. I think they're feeling we'll have to check it out. Which license would they sell off? Well, which license is making the least amount of money right now? Probably G.I. Joe. They've been I don't know if they dropped G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe and Hasbro kind of go hand in hand. I don't know. I'll have to watch your article, Roll for Combat, and see what you think they're going to sell off for licensings. I doubt the big ones are not going to go anywhere. They're not going to sell off Play-Doh. They're not going to sell off Nerf. They're not going to sell off MLP or Peppa, or the video. I doubt they'll sell off any of the D&D licenses or the Magic license. So that just leaves the action figures. Star Wars, yeah, G.I. Joe. And G.I. Joe has kind of always been Hasbro's thing, but sure. Transformers, meh. I could definitely see them dropping Power Rangers. Again, I don't know. I'll watch your video and see what you think they're going to do. All right, so link to Roll for Combat's video. Thanks for stopping by, Roll for Combat. Check it out. See what he thinks or she thinks or they think about this. Wait, they're firing people. They're firing people who actually made printed books? No, well, they're firing production people, and some of those things that they were producing might have been physical books, but other than the fact that they have repeatedly told you several thousand times in 2023, the fate of the physical books going forward, certain individuals would have you believe that, no, physical's fine. But no, it isn't, because digital made 40%. Physical was 100% less than where it was last year, and stock is currently at $48.56 a share, a almost $7 loss from where it was this time last year. And on that cheery Christmas note, just think of all the 1,100 people who have to go home today and tell their wife / husband / partner / whatever, no Christmas, dear, because Hasbro fired me. Yay. Anyways, check out this guy, see what he has to say. Thanks all for dropping by. I'll try and find something happier to talk about today as I peruse the news. Thanks to Tanker over at Tanker's Tavern for posting this story first. He beat me again. I think I've only beaten him twice this year to a story. That's not good batting average for me. But yeah, links down below, of course, as always, to the places where I got this information if you want to double check me. Till then, see ya.